Today we're going to be taking a look at this ring light made by Pixel. It's a 19-inch 60-watt bicolor ring light. It's dimmable. The light temperature is adjustable from 3000 Kelvin all the way up to 5800 Kelvin. It has a color rendering index of 97. This kit includes 3 multicolor filters, red, blue, and white. The one that we have installed right now is the blue filter. This kit includes a wireless remote and a Bluetooth selfie remote. It supports 2 NPF batteries for portable use. It has a quick charge QC3.0 USB charging port. You can mount DSLRs as well as smartphones. Now that we've gone over all the specs, let's go ahead and jump into the unboxing.
Hey there, my name is Adrian with ProjectRamos.com and dealsbypr.com. On this channel I do tech reviews, so if you're new here, consider subscribing.
First thing we see here is the ring light stand. And here's the stand. It's a standard light stand, and it has the standard mounting piece right on top there. Now we do get a carrying bag with this kit. Inside of the carrying bag, we get the ring light. It's a little difficult to get the whole thing on the screen here, but here's the 19-inch ring light. It comes pre-installed with the white diffuser, and you can see the LED arrays right underneath there. So we can just pop this piece right back on. On the back of the ring light, we get this real nice large LCD display and all the different controls to be able to control this ring light, and also the slots for the portable batteries to be able to use this as a portable light. And the thickness of the light is actually very thin here. Try to get this in focus. So as you can tell, it has a real thin format there. We get the smartphone mount. It's adjustable. It has 2 1/4-inch mounting holes. So you got one here and one here. So you can mount this in different orientations, and it is adjustable, so you can either have your smartphone in this orientation or this orientation, and also some adjustments here to be able to accommodate different size smartphones. Also included is the power supply for the light. It also features this real nice 90-degree angle on the connector, which helps out with reducing some of the stress on the cable when you have this plugged in. You get this Velcro strap so that you can easily wrap up your cords and use this Velcro strap to keep everything nicely organized. Here's the power supply extension cable. Here is the DSLR mount. So 1/4-inch up here and hot shoe mount here. We also get the Bluetooth selfie remote control, both for iOS and Android. We get another DSLR mount, and this one is a ball head so that you can easily loosen this up here and be able to adjust your DSLR at any angle. You can also use this mount for your smartphone mount, and that's true for this mount as well. So there's either a fixed mount or a mount with a ball head that's adjustable as such. Here is the remote control for the light. You get the instruction manual. You get a thank you card from the manufacturer. This instruction manual is for the ring light itself, and there's another instruction manual for the ring light stand. Also included, we get the different color diffuser pieces. So already installed on the light is the white diffuser. You also get a red diffuser, as well as a blue diffuser. And that is it for the contents of this lighting kit. We're going to go ahead and set up the light and go through some of the different features that this light has. Now we're looking at the back panel of the Pixel ring light. First thing you're going to notice are these two slots, and these slots are for the NPF batteries that'll allow you to use this ring light portable without the need of plugging into a power outlet. So now let's go over some of the functionality that you get behind the ring light. First thing here is our power button. Right now it's powered using the wall outlet, which is why the switch is toggled over to the left side. If we toggle it in the middle, it'll turn off the light. And if you toggle it over to the right, then it's going to draw its power from the battery slots, which we don't have the batteries installed, which is why the light is not turning on right now. The batteries are not included with this ring light kit, but you can find these on Amazon actually fairly cheap. So it does take 2 NPF batteries. So let's go ahead and switch this back on. Now our power outlet is here, and as I mentioned before, the cable has this 90-degree angle, so it'll relieve some of the stress on the cable when you have this plugged in, which is a plus because it'll allow for your cable to last a lot longer than if it were to be sticking straight out. Now here's our LCD display. On this display, we can see from this icon that we're plugged into DC power. Right now we're set at 1% brightness, 5800 Kelvin. These are our groups, so we got A, B, C, D, E, and we're operating on channel 1. With the group combination of the group and channel, you can control other lights in unison using the back panel of one light. We'll get into that in a second here. On the buttons here, what you're going to find is this one here, GP, is to change the group. This one is to change the light intensity, and it goes in increments of 25%. So right now we're at 1%. If we press it, it's going to go up to 25, 50, 75, 100, and then back down to 1%. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that now. 25, 50, 75, 100, and then back down to 0% and 1% again. This button here is the remote button, and what this will allow you to do is control other lights that are running the same firmware as this light. So if you buy 2 of these, or even 3, 4, or 5 of these ring lights, you're going to be able to control all the ring lights using one of these panels. So that's what this button is for, is to tell the system that you are not going to use this light as a remote control. Here, this button here changes the channel on the ring light, and I believe the channels go all the way up to 48. So let's see here. As you can tell, we can move or change the channel using this rotary knob here. Yep, we get 48 channels. So you can operate on 48 channels using this ring light. So now you're also going to notice this USB port, and you're going to be able to recharge or charge your smartphone if that's what you're using to shoot video on, or even take photographs with. If you're running low on power, you're going to be able to plug your phone into here and have it charge while you're using your smartphone with this ring light. And this is our rotary knob, and if you just simply turn it right now, it's going to change the intensity, and it'll change in increments of 1%. So you can take it from 0%, which is off, all the way up to 100%. Okay. And if you press the middle button, it'll switch over to be able to change the temperature of the light. Our range is from 3000 Kelvin up to 5800 Kelvin. So if I press this once, you'll notice this begins to flash, and now you can move the rotary knob and change the temperature of the light. And you can tell from the background that the temperature is changing. So we'll take this all the way down to 3000 Kelvin, which is the warmest light it can put out. It's a very amber light. And you can move this all the way back up to 5800 Kelvin, and it changes in 100 increments. So start at 5800, then you can go 57, 56, 55, 5400, so on and so forth, all the way down till you get to 3000 Kelvin. So we'll put this back up to 5800 Kelvin, hit the middle button, and now you're back to controlling the intensity of the light. And that is going to do it for the controls on the back panel of this ring light. Now the next thing I want to show here is the hot shoe mount, or in this case it's going to be cold shoe. And as you notice here, it has 3 slots, so you can set up your, whether it's your smartphone or your DSLR, on any of these 3 slots. So it's going to give you different angles depending on which slot you use. As we demonstrated earlier, this kit comes with 2 different mounting pieces. This one is an adjustable ball head, and this one is fixed here. So again, you're going to be able to use the hot shoe piece here to simply just slide that right in. Okay, once it's in there, then you can just lock it into place. Now, being that this is a 1/4 inch mount, now you can use this for your DSLR, and same applies here. All you got to do is just open this up a little, slide it into place. And once you got it where you need it, then tighten it down, and this ball head, all you got to do is just tighten this piece down, and there you go. There, this is ready to go. You can either mount your DSLR onto the 1/4 inch screw there, or you can mount the smartphone holder. So in this case, we'll go ahead and add this one in, and you can see how very easily we can take this and just turn it on there, get it into position, and then secure it onto the hot shoe mount. So it is now secure, and you can see that it holds very sturdy. And as far as the ring light is concerned, the light stand is very sturdy as well, so it's going to be able to handle heavy DSLRs. So we're going to go ahead and grab our Canon ATD with our 24-70 zoom lens, which is a very heavy setup, and we'll go ahead and mount it onto this ring light to demonstrate that this light can definitely handle heavy DSLRs. All right, we now have our Canon ATD with the 24-70 zoom lens. It's a very heavy setup. We now have it mounted onto the ring light, and as you can tell, the ring light is holding this up very easily, and it's sturdy. Now it's moving around a little, but it's not dangerous. That's just because the mounting piece onto the stand here is, you know, it's because of that little piece right there. You're always going to get a little bit of a wobble using these kind of stands, but it is very secure, as you can tell here. Now if you take a look at the base of this stand, it is spread out very wide, so this is going to provide a lot of stability for being able to hold heavy DSLRs. So this ring light is definitely holding up our Canon ATD with our 24-70 zoom lens with no issues. To demonstrate how the smartphone holder works, we have a smartphone mounted onto the smartphone holder using the adjustable ball head here, and we can quickly demonstrate here how the ball head works. So we're just going to loosen this up a little, and then once it's loose, then you're going to be able to adjust your smartphone angle however you need it. So once you get it into place, then all you got to do is hold it where you want it and then tighten it back down. Let's say you want a that angle there, and once you get it to the exact spot that you want, tighten it, and you're good to go. Now, in addition to being able to use your smartphone in landscape orientation, you can also use it in vertical position. All you got to do is loosen this up, move your cell phone a little, loosen the screw in the back, and now you can move it in this orientation here and lock it into place, and you're good to go. Now, to demonstrate how you can use this pixel ring light to control other lights, currently right now I have a LED panel that is lighting the back of this LED light, and I'll demonstrate real quick how I have this panel behind us here lighting the back of the pixel light here. And right now I have it set to group C. So right now we're at group A. We're going to change this over to group C, and now we're at 5%, 5800 Kelvin. And if you notice, once we start moving the intensity of the light up, our pixel light is also lighting up brighter, but our light behind us is also getting bright as well. As you can tell, the back of this is getting very bright. And now if I switch over to the temperature and bring this down to 3000, you can see that our back LED panel also changed in temperature. So now let's say we have our LED panel behind us set to where we want it. Now all we got to do is switch back to group A, and now we can control the pixel ring light independently. So as you can tell, I just moved the ring light up to 100%, but our LED panel stayed exactly where it was. So if I move it back down or even shut off the ring light, you can see that our LED panel is still emitting light. So that's how you're able to control different lights using this LED panel. One of the convenient features of this pixel ring light is the provided remote control. With this remote control, you're going to be able to control all the different settings that you get on the back panel of the ring light. So to show you here, we've got the channel here. You can change the channel. Right now we're transmitting on channel 1. You get the light intensity that changes it by 25% here. So as you can see, as soon as I hit the button, it changes on the LCD display here, and also shows the same information on our remote here. Okay, and then you also get the group button, so you can change the group that the LED ring light is transmitting on. Right now we're on group A. So our remote control right now is showing that we're at 1%, 5400 Kelvin. The back of our ring light shows the same, 1%, 5400 Kelvin. So as I move the light intensity up to, let's say, 23%, you can see that in the back of our pixel light, it's showing the same thing, 23%. And as I move the remote, you can see that the light is simultaneously changing with the remote. So now using the remote, we're going to be able to control the light intensity. We're also going to be able to change the color temperature of the light, so we can go all the way down to 3000 Kelvin, move it up in 100 increments until we get up to the max, which is 5800 Kelvin. Now the remote control is capable going all the way up to 8000 Kelvin. However, you'll notice that the ring light doesn't change. It stays right at 5800 Kelvin because this ring light only supports up to 5800 Kelvin. So all you got to do is go back to the Kelvin and get it back down to where the light supports it, which is 5800. And as soon as you go below that, it'll start changing according to what you change it to on the remote here. So this remote control is going to give you a lot of flexibility using the ring light. One of the biggest advantages that you get using the remote control is that you can independently control other lights that are using the same firmware as the pixel ring light. So as you are able to tell, if we change the group on the ring light and we start making adjustments here affecting our additional lights, the pixel light also changes. Then you got to switch back to the original group that the pixel light is on and no other lights are on to be able to individually change the settings on the pixel light. Well, that is a little different using the remote. Using the remote, we can easily switch over to a different channel here. So let's say channel or group C, okay? And now I can individually change that LED panel and not affect the pixel ring light. So it gives you a lot of flexibility to use the provided remote control. Now my LED panel does go up to 8000 Kelvin, so it will take that setting there. And as you can tell, I can now change the intensity of the light without affecting the pixel ring light, which is a big advantage there. So now we're back over to the pixel ring light, transmitting on group A channel 1. So I can change the pixel ring light and not affect the rest of my lighting here. Then if I hit the group button, go over to group C, now I can change the settings on my LED panel that is behind the ring light, and the ring light doesn't change. This is what the ring light looks like using the white diffuser. This is the ring light using the red diffuser. This is a ring light using the blue diffuser. Next thing we're going to do is pair to the selfie Bluetooth remote control. So all we got to do is take the remote, and there's a on and off button here, or switch. All we got to do is switch it to the on position. And now that it's on the on position, you can see that the remote is now in Bluetooth pairing mode because the LED indicator light here is flashing blue. And we can quickly see here that in our Bluetooth devices, there's one that came up called AB Shutter 3. So we're going to go ahead and pair to that. And we are now paired to the remote, and you can tell that the Bluetooth pairing light is now off, which means that we are now paired to this remote control. So what we're going to quickly do here is go over to our camera and demonstrate that the remote is working. So we're going to use the iOS button. If you're on an Android phone, you would use this button here. So if I were to press this button, we should be able to see that our camera app is taking a photo. And there you go there. You can see that it took a photo. The camera's facing down, so you can't really see what it's taking a photograph of. But if I press it again, there you go there. So the operation of this remote control is very simple. iOS is here, Android here, on and off switch here. So when you're done using it, all you gotta do is flick it back to the off position. Now that we've unboxed and gone over the functionality of this Pixel ring light, let's go over our final thoughts of this device. First, let's talk about the build quality of this Pixel ring light. The Pixel ring light is made out of plastic. However, it feels very sturdy. It does feel like if you were to accidentally drop this light, it's not gonna break easily. But it is made out of plastic, but not a big deal there. It does feel like the manufacturer did a good job as far as choosing the thickness of the plastic to be able to provide sturdiness to this ring light. Now let's talk about the setup and operation of the ring light. In our demonstration, you were able to see that we can easily access all of the functionality using the back panel of the ring light. In addition to that, you can control other compatible lights using the back panel of the ring light. In addition to all of that, you also get the provided wireless remote control that gives you control over all of the functionality that you can control in the back panel of the ring light. So overall, the setup and operation of this light, it's very easy, very seamless, very easy to understand, and very easy to use, especially when you use the provided remote control for this light. Now let's talk about all of the options that you get with this ring light. Let's start with the mounting pieces that are provided by the manufacturer. You get the phone holder, and then you get two mounting pieces, one that has an adjustable ball head and one that is fixed. With these two mounting pieces, you're going to be able to either use the phone holder to be able to mount a smartphone. And the phone holder, what's cool about this is that you're going to be able to either have your phone in horizontal orientation or in vertical orientation. And you can easily just loosen this piece up and adjust the angle that you want, whether horizontal or vertical on this phone holder. In addition to that, the provided adjustable ball head here, you're going to be able to get the perfect angle out of either your DSLR or your smartphone, and you're going to be able to get the angle that you want. And as soon as you have the angle that you want, you can just lock it in and it's going to hold in place very easily. And then, as you were able to see in our demonstration, the ring light also has 3 hot shoe mounts. So what that's going to allow you to do is place either your smartphone or your DSLR on any of those 3 hot shoe mounts. But in addition to that, if you're going to be adding a microphone, like let's say, you know, a shotgun mic or any kind of external microphone, you can use the additional provided hot shoe mounts to be able to mount a microphone onto the ring light. So that's going to give you a lot of flexibility there. Also provided is a wireless remote, and with this wireless remote, you're going to be able to control all the functionality of this ring light. What that's going to allow you to do is, if you're a one-man show, whether you're doing photography or video work, live streaming, you're going to be able to sit in front of your camera and look at the preview in your camera as you make adjustments to the light. So you can dial in the perfect setting for whatever work that you're doing. Also provided is the Bluetooth selfie remote, and with this remote you're going to be able to either snap pictures or start or stop video recording. So again, if you're going to be a one-man show with the provider remote controls, you're going to be able to control all the aspects of the ring light in addition to controlling the shutter button on your phone using the provided remote control. Now, as far as the functionality that you get using the back panel or the remote control of this ring light, as you were able to see in our demonstration, if you have more than one ring light or other lights that are compatible using the same firmware as that's running on this ring light, you're going to be able to control other lights either using the back panel or the provider remote control, which is a huge help, again, in a scenario where you're a one-man show or you're the person in charge of lighting. If you have multiple lights around you, you're going to be able to individually control each light or control your lights in groups. So with that functionality, that gives you a lot of flexibility and saves you a lot of time. As you were able to see in our demonstration, you're going to be able to mount either a DSLR, and in our example, we mounted a Canon ATD using the 24-70 zoom lens, which is a very heavy setup, and you were able to see that the ring light was able to support that weight with no problems there. You're also going to be able to mount any smartphone onto this ring light, so you got a lot of options there. I also like that the ring light provides a USB charging port. So if you're using a smartphone and your battery is low, or you want to make sure that your battery doesn't die on you if you're doing a live stream, you're going to be able to easily plug into that USB charging port and keep your smartphone going for as long as you need it to run for. So overall, you get a ton of options using this ring light. Now let's talk about who this ring light is best suited for. If you're doing any kind of photography work, any kind of video work, whether it's live streaming or pre-recording some type of tutorial, whether it's makeup tutorial, or if you're going to be using it for YouTube, this ring light is going to work great for any of those applications. You can also, being that it has different filters, you can also use it to give you different effects in terms of background lighting. So let's say you're going to be doing some photography work and you buy, let's say, 3 of these ring lights. You can use 2 of them to change the color of your background, whether it's blue or red or even white. So you can change the color of your background and then use a 3rd ring light in front of you to light your subject up. So for photography work as an effect or even video work, these ring lights and the provided filters are going to provide some really cool options there. So overall, this ring light will do great for anyone doing any kind of video work, whether it's for YouTube, makeup tutorials, or just pre-recording any type of video work. It's going to work great for that. Photography, it's going to be perfect for that as well, being that you're going to be able to use in any of those scenarios that I just mentioned, whether it's live streaming, you're going to be able to use your smartphone or your DSLR. And now for the $1 million question. Is the Pixel 19-inch ring light worth your hard-earned money? As of the recording of this video, this ring light is selling for $149.99 on Amazon. I think it's well worth the money. I think you're getting a ton of options. This kit includes everything that you're going to need to be able to begin either recording or photography work right out of the box. You're going to be able to get to work immediately. It includes everything you can possibly need, and in addition to that, it gives you some filters for added effects. It just has a ton of options, and I think you're getting quite a bit of value for the cost of the product. So anybody that's doing video work, photography work in studio, this light is a great light for any of that type of work. I also like the fact that it has the option to be able to add 2 NPF batteries. So if you're in a situation where you're not going to have access to a power outlet to be able to power up your ring light, you can just easily pop in 2 batteries and get going and not have to be limited to power outlets being close by. So overall, at $149.99, I think this ring light is definitely worth the cost of the product. This is going to complete my review of the Pixel 19-inch bicolor ring light. If you found some value in this video, I would appreciate it if you were to hit the thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, that way you get notified the next time we upload a new video. And on that note, I will see you on the next review.